Hi guys, this is Sudhakar. Welcome to the brand new series of Angular. Okay, so in my previous video, I explained like how we can customize the data in the child component using getters and setters. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain ngOnChanges interface. Okay, so whenever you do any changes in the parent component and that you are displaying in the child, okay, so we can track the ngOnChanges. So whenever there is any change in the parent, so you can track that and we can display that change, or if you want, we can also customize the modified data and before showing it to the child component. Okay, so let's try to create uh, two components. Okay, ngGC. Okay, um, on changes parent. Okay, this is my parent component. Okay, yeah, it got created. Let me create the child component on changes child. Okay, now we have two components, ng on changes parent, ng on changes child. Okay, let's first include our ng on changes parent into the app.component HTML. Okay, let's save and just check whether the component being loaded or not. Yeah, on change parent works. Okay, in on changes parent, instead of parent, let's try to import child. Save this. Yeah, child works. So inside on change parent, we have the child. Okay, assume we have a count variable. Count is equals to 0 in the parent. Okay, let's pass this parent count variable to the child element count. Okay, let's retrieve this in child, and let's have the initial value to 0. Okay, count value is count. Okay, now the count value is 0 that we are reading from the parent and displaying in the child. So how to interact between the parent to child, that I have done a video in my component interaction part 1. If you want, just refer there. Okay, now we have printed the count value. Now in the child component, we can track the count changes which are happening in the parent. For suppose in the parent, I have a button, okay, which increment the count value. Let's suppose, let's have the button name increment, and let's have a click event. Okay, increment. Okay, increment the value using this method. Let's define the method. Okay, so in this method, what I'm trying to do is that this dot count plus plus. So I'm incrementing the count value on clicking the increment button from the parent. As soon as we increment this, this gets displayed, the incremented value gets displayed in the child. Okay, let's see this. Save it. Okay, now we have the increment button. Initial value is 0. Now I click on increment. Yes, it is getting incremented, but I want to see the changes, the previous change and the current change. Okay, that we can track using ngOnChanges. So for that we have to implement ng on changes. Here we can directly put on changes. Okay, yes, this got imported from Angular core. Now, as soon as we are implementing this, it is showing an error. It means that we have to declare, I mean, we have to write the declaration or a definition of on changes using ng on changes method. Here we have a parameter called simple changes. Okay. So this simple changes will give you the change track, like where you can see the previous value, current value, and is this the first time that you are changing the value. Okay, so this simple changes, even that we have to import it from Angular code. Okay, let's see what exactly the change here. Let's write these are the changes. Okay, now save all. If you observe, we got this simple change being triggered, and inside this we have the parameter called count, which we received from the parent, and we have three attributes: current value, first time, and previous value. So as this is the first time it loaded, we have the current value, and this is the first change. Yes, true. And there is no previous value as this is the first change. Okay, now try to clear this, and whenever I do an increment, see, this gets triggered. ng on changes got triggered, and console log printed the new value. If I open this, now we can see the current value is 1. Okay, as this is the incremented value, and you can also see the previous value is 0. And is this the first change? No, this is not a first change because we already incremented it. Yeah, so this is how the on changes work. If you keep clicking on it, it gets triggered every time, and it will have the three parameters which will hold the current value, previous value, and the first change. So this is how we can track the previous values, current values using ng on changes. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to get the notification and the next tutorials. Okay, thank you again. Bye bye.